Hey, shalom, y'all. Officer Jadiel. To my right, I got.
Officer Azariah.
To my left, I got.
Officer Usadio.
And to my left, I got.
Also nice.
You know what I'm saying? Old dog. All right. I ain't teaching tonight. Officer Old Dog gonna be teaching. This is just sizzling in my spirit. So I'm gonna go over it real quick. And then I'm slide out the way and we're gonna play some transition music and we're gonna get on nice in here like a a cut scene. So I'll hurry up on that because I know you got a lot to go over. Go to Jeremiah 5:14. Jeremiah 5:14.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5 and verse 14.
How many of y'all saw what happened in Brooklyn? No? All right. None of y'all? You saw what happened in Brooklyn? You out the loop? Yeah, okay. Just marching. All right, I got you. Huh? All right, I'm going to explain it to you. That's exactly why I want to go over it, right? So we all on the same page because some of us just looking at it like a blitz or marching. We got to understand what's happening, right? Jeremiah 5:14.
Wherefore thus saith the Lord God of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
So, Jeremiah didn't want to teach, man, but the Lord said I'm going to make the word like fire, right? So in his mouth. So it's kind of what I was bothered with. I'm like, I could just go to the house and wait till it's my turn to teach, or I could go over this real quickly and just make sure everybody understands what's actually happening because leadership is going over it, but I don't know that we fully grasping it all the way, right? So sometimes things need to be reiterated multiple times for you to really get it. So Job 9:24. Real quick. I'm only going to pull a few scriptures and I'm going to get up out of here, man.
The book of Job, chapter 9.
I'm the opening act for Onias. You feel me? I'm going to spit my bars and do my one song, and then I'm going to get up out of here. And I'm going to go everywhere. I'm going to tour the world with this one song. Job 9:24.
Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So the entire earth was given into the hand of the wicked, right? So we know Esau is the wicked. And they had an earth, right? And for many years, they have lied to us. They told us we were African American, we were Mexican. They told us we were, Jamaican, Haitian, all of these different things, right? So these blitzes that you see happening are that being reversed, right? That's what we got to understand. When brothers go out there and it goes viral, I think the video got posted and it went from, I don't know, 1 million views in like an hour to 2.4 million views and to 5.4 million views. And then the news outlets, I was talking to Officer Azariah, so the news outlets is picking it up. All these different things are happening, right? But there's a lot going on in the comments, right? Brothers are not paying attention to the comments. People not even watching the videos. When you start paying attention to the comments, you'll see, read Ezekiel 35:5, right? You'll see something there, right? You'll start to see something because there are a lot of comments. People are leaving comments, right? So-called the Jewish people are leaving comments. Other black folks are leaving comments, right? Call them black for a reason. They're unaware of what's happening in the earth. There's other people who know a little bit, right? We always talk about what time is this wartime, right? What time is this wartime? We yell it out at the end of Sabbath, right? So we got to understand this. Read Ezekiel 35:5.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Perpetual means continuous, right? It's talking about Esau. Esau has had a continuous hatred for us. Go ahead.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
They had a continuous hatred, and they've killed us to keep us from understanding what we understand right now. They've murdered us, right? Not just on some, let me take your nationality away. They literally beat the names out of people's back, right? So now we have all these names that we just say is all, whatever, right? Your name might be Charles or Jamie as an example. They beat you into that point. You got to understand that. They killed us to get us to that point. So for you to come back out and say, my name is Israel, to say, hey, I'm an Israelite, you have to understand how much frustration they have behind that. If I beat somebody into submission and then now they come back out of being beaten to that submission to now start to talk about what I tried to take away from them, I'm going to be upset, right? Go ahead, Ezra.
No, I'm saying because in my Bible it says a hatred of old. You know what I'm saying? That's what it says.
Yeah, that's heavy.
For next to perpetual, it got
Hatred
the
of
letter 7.
old.
It said a hatred of old.
That's heavy. And that's exactly what it is. It's a long-standing anger that they have towards us. But for us, we rolling around and we don't understand what's happening. right? Somebody hates you for years. Like you know, you might have somebody who's your arch enemy, your nemesis. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe in hoop, right? I use that as an example. There's maybe a dude in your neighborhood. Every time you played, he got you one time, you got him another time. So there's a rivalry there, right? This is a rivalry that got blood in it, that got hatred in it. And now you starting to show yourself the victor. Despite everything he did to you to beat you down and put you into submission, you starting to come up out of that hole. So read that verse again.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
In the time of their pain and the time of their issue, you killed them. Go ahead.
In the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood. And blood.
So the Lord says he's going to destroy them. But prior to that point, read Revelation 12 and 17. We have to understand what's coming. I got off the plane here. Matter of fact, before we got off the plane, right, the brother I was traveling with said something to me. He said, man, it just feels different here. Feels different here, right? And what he meant was it's comfortable here. I've been over this over and over again, right, how this place is comfortable. But the problem is it doesn't prepare you for this, right? In boot camp, they do stuff like, wake you up early, right? Prepare you for bombing and for shooting and all these different things. They prep your mind to be ready for what's coming, right? A war is coming. When y'all see what happened in Brooklyn, I know many of us, we watch these classes and we like, hey, this is cool. I like how this Bible sounds. It makes me feel good on the inside. But a war is coming. Some of us at this table are going to die. Some of the sisters over there are going to die, right? So we got to get that in our head. We got to move with that level of urgency. If they knock me off and then Officer Azariah and all the officers up here, what are you brothers going to do? What are you people online going to do? Are you going to stop coming? Are you not going to keep the – that's what I'm saying. We got to be locked in. We say no. It's easy to say no till nobody's dead yet. It's easy to say no, right? It's easy to say, yeah, I'm going to come every week. Nobody got shot yet. Nobody got killed. Nobody got lied on. That hasn't happened yet. So we got to really start wrapping our mind around what's about to happen. Read Revelation 12 and 17.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
So those that keep the laws of God, there's going to be a war waged against them. That's what's coming. So if our mind ain't really wrapped into this Bible where we focus, you're not going to endure a war. You're going to leave. If you don't read every day, if you don't study, if you don't look into this Bible and find encouragement, you're not going to endure this thing. You're going to die, right? And I don't mean just physically you're going to die because you got fringes on or get shot. I mean Christ is going to come back and you're going to be judged because you're going to give up when this thing really kick off. It hasn't kicked off yet. And the little things that you see with these marches and these blitzes and these videos going viral, I'm telling you, read the comments. Read them so you can wrap your head around what is happening. Because these people are not happy with us waking up to our understanding. You may take this as a joke. You may say, I don't got to log on a Tuesday. You see a lot of people not here because it's a joke. It hasn't kicked off yet. Nothing's happened yet. But when it does, then it's gonna show you, do I really have faith in this thing or am I ready to go? Am I ready to leave? That's what a lot of people are going to leave when people start dying because they're not wrapping their head around it. Matthew 24 and 1. My bad on Nias. I promise I'm going to cut it off soon.
Take your time.
I just couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm going to go to the house, but I can't, you know what I'm saying? Sizzling in my spirit. Matthew 24 and 1.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
So Christ gave the disciples a similar message when they were in Jerusalem. You see this all around you, this comfort you have, these things that you enjoy, they're going to be destroyed. That's what he said to them. This ain't going to be like this. This is not going to be like this. You got to have foresight. You got to have the mind to say, this is not going to be like this. So how do I move if I know everything around me is going to crumble? How do I move if I know, hey, if I get caught out there, if I'm at the Brooklyn Blitz and they catch me on video, I'm losing my job. They see y'all at camp, y'all losing your jobs. They see you walking in here when it really get real, you losing your job. What type of mindset you got? You going to say, nah, I'm not in that truth. I don't do that. I don't keep no commandments of God. I'm good. Or you going to keep coming because you have faith in what the Bible says. You know your brothers and sisters are going to take care of you. Are you wrapping your head around these things? Or are you just saying, hey, this is a game. This is church. If you saying it's church, I'm telling you, you're not going to make it. So that's why he told them everything you see around you is going to be destroyed. Keep reading. Verse 3.
Verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation.
So we seeing this right now. Go ahead.
And kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right now, I think it's Ethiopia is going through famine, right? There's a bunch of diseases out. Earthquakes are happening all over. Go ahead.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Go ahead.
Then shall
after these things, go ahead.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you.
And do what?
And shall kill you.
And do what?
And shall kill you.
Is that say maybe kill you? And what?
And shall kill you.
We got to have our minds wrapped around that. Brothers and sisters are going to die. That's prophecy. Prophecy, all the other prophecies got fulfilled, right? Deuteronomy 28, fulfilled, right? All these other things we read about, this is going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And are we wrapping our head around it, and are we prepared for it? This ain't to scare you. This is to prep your mind for what's coming. You in here and you saying I'm an Israelite and you going to camp. This is how you got to move. You sisters, you got to understand you're going to have to support these brothers when people start dying. That's what y'all going to have to do. These brothers going to be in here sad, crying. Y'all got to wrap your mind around it. I'm going to have to support my husband when his brother dies, right? I'm going to have to support a sister that's going to end up being a widow. That's what's going to happen. Y'all have to wrap your mind around it. Brothers going to start getting locked up. All types of stuff is going to start happening. That's what's happening when you see a Brooklyn Blitz happen. It's not just, hey, that was cool, these brothers marched. It's people are going to start killing people because they cannot beat us with the scriptures. It's impossible. They can't beat us with the scriptures. They tried that. They tried to lie to you and tell you was black and you was African-American and you was Mexican, and you still coming up out of that somehow. So now, if I can't kill the rat, if I can't trap the rat, guess what I got to do? I got to kill it. All right, keep reading.
And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Everybody's going to hate you for keeping God's commandments. So are you going to endure that? Is your faith strong enough to endure everybody around you hating you for keeping God's commandments? Give me 2 Ezra 16 and 40.
Look at 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle.
Make you ready. Prepare yourself for the battle. That's what Ezra was saying. This is going to be a battle in the last days. It's going to be a spiritual battle. Not physically, you got to go out there and you got to have your guns and your ammo and all of this ready. Where's your spirit at? Is your spirit ready for the battle that it's about to go through? Because the easy thing to do if people are getting killed is to do what, Azariah? If somebody's in a fight, what are your two responses in a fight?
Fight or flight.
You have those, and what will prepare you to fight?
To have your mind ready.
That's it. You see what I'm saying? The only way you're gonna fight is if you've done the work ahead of time.
Some people's gonna go out like Peter though.
Right.
You know, so you know what I'm saying, you should prepare for that. You know what I'm saying? Some people are gonna be like, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Yup, you was with that man. No, nope. I don't know Nathaniel. Who, Nate, what?
What?
Yup, can I?
I don't even own a purple shirt.
Bishop, I don't know, man. Deacon, what you say?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's gonna be some people that's gonna go out just like Peter, so don't be shocked at that either.
Yep. 100%. And that's my point is, which one are you? You know what I'm saying? Which one are you? We all got to have that. And it's easy to shake your head, yes, I'm going to do everything I need to. I talked to other officers about this.
Peter's told Christ, I ain't going nowhere, bro.
Exactly.
Christ, I'm not leaving.
I'm with you.
Yep,
I'm with you.
And then immediately folded like a lawn chair.
As soon as they said, you with that man? Nah.
No. Wasn't you with him? Nope.
I don't know him at all.
You sure?
Nope. Your speech betrayed you. He's like, nah, I'm not with him. That's what I'm telling you. It's going to happen. You know? And it's easy to be in here and say, I'm a ride. Yeah. It's easy to say that.
Niggas, black folks, some of these folks going to turn into Clayton Bigsby.
100%. I hate niggas. I hate blacks. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And I just can't. I'm watching this stuff happen, right? I'm watching these blitzes happen and all these the marches and all this, and I'm thinking to myself, who really wrapping their head around what that means? Because we're looking at it and we're like, yo, that's cool, let's celebrate it. But stuff comes with that. You don't go to another country, wage war, and not expect them to shoot you back. You don't do that. You didn't go to Vietnam, start killing people, and then like, oh, nobody gonna shoot me back. No, you kill people over here, you're gonna get killed. That's how this works. That's how war works. So if we in war and we destroying them on the doctrine side, and they're like, I can't do nothing with the doctrine, they're like, well, I might as well put them to death. That's gonna be their next option. So read verse 40 again.
Oh, my people, hear my word.
Oh, nice. You're gonna have an hour and a half, bro. All right. You good? Okay, go ahead. No, I'm not gonna take 2 hours. Go ahead.
Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away.
So when you buy something, right, when you selling things or you have product, right, he's telling you to be like one that flees away. It got to mean nothing to you. We got to start wrapping our head around the stuff I got in my house and the car I got and the comforts I got. They got to be like nothing to me, because he said in order for you to survive what's about to happen, you got to be like somebody who bought a bunch of merchandise and you know, hey, I can make profit off of this. And you say, you know what, I'm good on that profit. I got to run. I got to take off. Go ahead.
So we know there's nothing new under the sun. So what happened in 2 Maccabees, right?
Read it. Let's read it.
It's gonna happen again, right?
1 Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 28. So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city. Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness to dwell there, both they and their children and their wives and their cattle, because afflictions increased sore upon them. Now,
well, I want a 2 Maccabees, but that's fine because that says the same thing. It was just a little bit more detail. But when it goes down, like I'm just laying back on what Officer JDL says, like you're gonna have to pick up and you're gonna have to leave. Like you're gonna have to go somewhere. And you see hints of it right now, right? Every book that we put up on the screen, they raise the prices because they don't want you to know. Like those are warning signs. This Bible I paid $110 for, is now $180 on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So, and like they're gonna turn up. There's been people in the body that lost their jobs already for keeping this truth. The police officer in North Carolina, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna turn up because the dragon is gonna be real wroth. It's crazy because that one report is like there's about 100 dudes outside, and then Jason Whitlock of all people, Jason Whitlock said, "Oh, there wasn't 100, there was thousands," and it's about time some men showed up. You know what I'm saying?
You would paint him as a major coon, right? Like as far as dealing with our people, and the Lord working, because look who he got saying things. He got Kanye saying things. He said I'm gonna use the foolish things of the world. He got Kyrie saying things. He said the earth was flat a few years ago.
Yep.
And now Jason Whitlock, who you would be like, hell no, that's Charles Barkley.
So Jason Whitlock, Lord done flipped Jason Whitlock,
mm-hmm.
and then oh, it hurts my feelings. Jalen Rose.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No, all the rest of them coons, I don't surprise me. Shaq, Stephen A. Smith, you know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharp, all them dudes. But Jason Whitlock is the one standing up. And Jason Williams. So I'm probably gonna lose my job for this.
Yep. But it show you what's happening in the earth. The evil and the righteous gonna get revealed, right? And again, you can see the wisdom on certain brothers. We was talking about it, right? Just how brothers is answering those interview questions. Jaylen Brown posted the interview. They asked him about it. He says, "I thought they were the Qs." You know damn well we wasn't no Qs.
Yeah, and he said, "Why take the post down?"
Yeah, why?
Yeah,
I like seeing positive imagery like that in my community. Brothers you could tell the Lord is working with a spirit when give me Wisdom of Solomon. I mean Sirach 1:19. Sirach 1:19. You could see wisdom on brothers, right? It doesn't mean that they applying all the commandments on the earth, right? But you can see the Lord dealing with a spirit.
Sirach chapter 1 verse 19. Wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalteth them to honor that hold her fast.
So you could see it, right? The scriptures also say, so wisdom is raining down skill. They're skillful on how they're answering those questions, right? Also, scriptures also says honor, shame and honor is in the tongue and in talk, right? So you could see these brothers, the way they're answering questions, like, man, they must be looking at something. Because they're not giving, Kyrie said, I just prefer to talk about basketball. Right? We looking at these things happening, and we like, oh, this don't got nothing to do with us. That's just something on TV, right? Kyrie's dealing with that. Jason Whitlock's just talking. All of this is going to come back and play a part and what's going to happen in these last days. Because all of these reporters, all of these people that are talking, all these media outlets that are pushing it, the devil is fighting a losing battle.
So you brought up the scripture the other day at the radio station when you said Esau's tongue was going to fall upon him, right? So all these men, right, is seeing this modern day buck breaking of Kyrie Irving, right, and Kanye West, and guess what? All these men done been through media training.
Media training. Yep.
You think they about to fall over and make it happen again?
Yep.
I just like to see positive imagery. We can talk about that at another time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. They're using the devil's weapon against him, and he's not gonna be happy about that. That's what officer's saying to y'all, right? Go back to 2 Ezra 16 and 40. So, the point is 41. We were at. The point is you're gonna have to leave everything that you find comfortable, just like them brothers you looking at. They could lose it all in an instant, right? 2 Ezra 16 and 41.
2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 41.
And my sisters, y'all got to be the ones that's okay with that more than a brother. I know some brothers will pick up and leave. All brothers need is a grill, right? A warm a sleeping bag, you know what I'm saying, and a tent. That's all we need. We're pissing shit in the woods. I'm just going, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me for being vulgar with the kids in here, right? But that is reality for men. We'll eat a piece of beef jerky, go in the woods, and just need a sleeping bag. That's it. That's all we need. We'll survive. All of us will run with that. If we tell that to the sisters, though, the majority are going to be like, well, what about my makeup bag? What about this? What about that? What about my stuff for my hair? You ain't going to have all that. I'm just telling y'all straight, all right? You got to start wrapping your mind around, I'm going to be out there washing my behind in the river. You got to wrap your mind around that. If you don't wrap your mind around that, when this time come, you're going to be pissed, or the whole time you're going to be complaining. Why we got to run to the woods? Why we can't just stay in the house? I don't know why you're an Israelite, no way. God gonna say we just keep the commandments on our own. This is the stuff these spirits are gonna jump on everybody. Brothers is gonna happen too. Some of y'all brothers like to be pretty, man. But you know what I'm saying? Yasadi, I ain't gonna make fun of you, but we'll leave that for now. I'll mess with you. Read verse 41, bro. It's like, what's happening right now? I'm messing with you, bro.
He that selleth.
Hey, nice. You ain't gonna be able to get them twists the way you like them. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I cut my hair. All right, read verse 41.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. And he that buyeth as one that will lose.
Go ahead.
He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it.
Yep.
And he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein.
So you might have a brand new house, you're not even going to get to live in it. Right? Go ahead.
He that soweth as if he should not reap.
You might plant things in the earth, right? You might sow the ground, but you're not going to be able to eat from the fruit of what you sowed. Go ahead.
So also he that planted the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children.
You may not have any kids. You may have got married. You're not going to have any kids, right? Go ahead.
And they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore.
Meaning as the widowers, meaning you might never have a chance to get married because of what's about to go down. We got to wrap our mind around what's happening. Go ahead.
And therefore they that labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods.
So it's telling you there's going to be people coming in your house to take everything you got. Now, is your life and keeping the commandments more important than your car and your house? That's a question for you to decide. Right? Go ahead.
Overthrow their houses and take their children captives.
Yep.
For in captivity and famine shall they get children.
Go ahead.
And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, saith the Lord.
So the Lord is going to be upset with these other nations, and he's going to destroy them, right? Revelation 2 and 9 real quick. Bishop went over this on the Sabbath. I only got 2 more scriptures on that, and I'm done.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So we know there's people lying saying that they're us. Go ahead.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Which thou shalt suffer, meaning you will suffer, right? I want us to really I'm emphasizing those words because we read it and we're like, oh, that ain't going to happen to me. I'm keeping the commandments of God. Christ says, surely you shall drink of my cup. Surely thou shalt suffer. He's telling you, you're going to suffer. Some of you all in here are going to get put to death. Some of us are going to get put to death. We have to wrap our mind around that. We can't be playing games with the truth where we don't want to show up or we don't want to spend the time with brothers and enjoy that time that we got together. We taking it for granted. All these things are going to matter. I love being around y'all, right? That's why I'm like, hey, I got to tell y'all what I'm thinking because y'all got to understand this might be the last Tuesday you get to share with me. This might be the last Tuesday Officer Azariah is here, Officer Yasadi is here, Officer Onias is here. So every time we see each other, we have to start to value that thing. We got to look at it that way because if we don't, we're going to take this thing for granted. And soon there's going to be a day where you're not going to be able to keep the Sabbath. There's not going to be no Tuesday night class because we on the run. I ain't going to be able to be like, hey, man, let me get the microphone, Ira, and let's get the camera set on. Ain't going to be no way for us to do that. Soon they might cut us off of YouTube. These are things y'all got to really wrap your mind around and say, I'm going to study with some fervency and some desire and some passion because there's going to come a time where we're going to be in suffering. And we're not going to have Tuesday night. We may not have Thursday. We may not have the Sabbath to come to every week. We may not have new moons to come to every week. So rather than being afraid and fearful and reacting scary when that time comes, we have to be preparing our mind now for that to happen. You understand? And taking advantage of what we have right now so we can build ourselves up. Each one of you men is going to have to be a bishop in your house. Bishop said that on class, but I don't know if it's sticking. You're going to have to be a bishop in your house, meaning you got to be able to answer for your wife and for your children and for the people around you why you're doing what you're doing. Because your wife now, if you don't get your wife, your house ain't in order right now, when y'all on the run, you think you're going to be okay? You're going to say, let's go right. She's going to say, let's go left. You're going to be in the middle of the wilderness trying to survive, and she run the other way. I'm telling you, these are things that we got to lock in and deal with these things now because when it go down, it ain't going to be no time for argument. Right? Let's go right. Nah, I like left. Okay, die. That's what's going to happen. Or you and her, she give you good advice, but you don't talk to her. You don't have no good conversation with her. Y'all got a terrible relationship. So she said, let's do this to stay alive. And you say, nah, I'm not listening to nothing. You say, I'm the man. And then you die. We got to learn how to fix these problems and work together. That's my point. And we don't got, the time is short. We don't got a lot of time to be playing around and taking these things for granted. Because you're going to do what? Shout what?
Which thou shalt suffer.
Uh-huh.
Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Some of us is going to go to jail, right? These are things y'all got to start wrapping your head around when y'all seeing this stuff. Some of y'all going to get cast into prison for teaching on the street. Well, brothers been shot, and it's true. Brothers have been spit at. Things have been thrown, stabbed. All of this has happened already. Just ain't nobody been at camp. They've shot at camps. This has all happened. It's not to scare y'all. This is to let y'all wrap your head around what is coming. When your husband goes to camp or your brother goes to camp, it's not time for you to be treating that person bad. Enjoy the time y'all got with each other and understand what's coming, right? Read it again.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison,
all right,
that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
He said, I'm going to put you in prison so you may be tried, and you're going to have tribulation, meaning you're going to be tortured for 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So if you can endure what's coming, that's how you get the crown of life. You sisters are going to have to endure certain things. You brothers are going to have to endure certain things. That's going to be the only way that we get to where we're trying to go. 1 John 3:11, and then I'll read Romans, and then I'm done. Give it over to Officer Nice. 1 John 3:11.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 11. For this is the message that ye had heard from the beginning, that we should love one another.
So that was my main point, right? Is we got to really start to lock in, right, on loving one another. And that means to apply the commandments with one another. Go ahead.
Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one and slew his brother.
So Cain had that spirit of the wicked one, right? He killed his brother. That's what we dealing with. We dealing with a people that are going to start to kill us, that are rolling in that same spirit that Cain came from. So people are going to die. Go ahead.
And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous.
So the more righteousness we do, the more they're going to want to kill us, because that's the spirit of Cain back on earth. That's what Esau is. Esau is the spirit of Cain back on earth, right? So they're going to kill us for being more righteous. The more righteous we are, the more righteous we move as a nation, the more they're going to want to put us to death. That same spirit got to do what it's been. The spirits that's been of old, they got to do what they do. That's what they were created to do. The sun don't do nothing different every day. It comes up, it does what the sun's supposed to do. So Cain is going to do what it's supposed to do. Our mindset got to be, what do we do when Cain rolls the way that Cain rolls? And he's telling you, love one another. So you don't roll in that spirit. So you're not willing to say, hey, man, I know where Azariah live. I ain't got nothing to do with that truth. Sisters, too. Sisters might be the one snitching, dropping dimes. You get what I'm saying? We got to understand what's coming and not be afraid and be fearful. We got to prepare our minds, right? And San Diego, again, it frustrates me because this place don't really get you in that mode where you're ready to prepare your mind for a war. It allow you going to the beach and SeaWorld and Legoland and enjoying life, and you forgetting what's coming. Don't forget what's coming. It shouldn't surprise anybody, right? That's why I keep going over this. Read verse 13.
Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you.
Don't be surprised if the world hates you. That's what he's saying. Romans 11, 3 through 5. I'll leave it at that.
Romans chapter 11 and verse 3. Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars.
So Paul was talking about this in that time, right? He said, Lord, they killed thy prophets and they have digged down thy altars. He's quoting something here. Go ahead.
And I am left alone, and they seek my life.
Because they're going to be seeking our lives. They're going to be seeking sisters' lives, seeking brothers' lives. People are going to be getting sought after to get put to death. Go ahead.
But what saith the answer of God unto him?
So God responded, right? Go ahead.
I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
So there's always going to be brothers and sisters here on earth that are keeping the commandments of God. There's nothing to be worried about. It's always going to be prophets, right? They're always going to be here. There's no way Esau can get rid. They tried already. They tried over and over again when you read the Bible. They tried to kill every prophet, right, in the time of kings. They tried that. It's not possible. So regardless of what you see that happens, we're still going to win. We're still going to be victorious in the end. So I'm telling you all this just so you prepare your mind on an individual level and you're ready for it. You're not surprised. But in the end, we're going to win. All you got to do is go through whatever it is you got to go through. If that means I got to get put to death or the brothers around me got to get put to death or any of you men or any of you sisters, that's what the Lord ordained. But at the end, there's always going to be men left to teach this Bible and make sure that we get to the point that we need to get to. So you should never doubt that. You should always have hope because you understand this. You follow what I'm saying? All right. Read it again.
But what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Go ahead.
Even so then, at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
So even at this present time, there's 7,000 or more men that are ready to go, that ain't woke up to the truth, that the Lord's going to hold till they start killing us and start waking up those men to do the work. They're never going to win. But I'm just telling you what they're going to attempt. So that when it starts to happen, when we see these things happening, we understand, hey, let's not take each other for granted. Right? Let's look out for our brothers. Let's make sure our brothers moving with fervency. Let's make sure our sisters are showing up. Our brothers, let's check on each other. Let's really embrace each other and take this time serious, because we ain't gonna have it forever. And what we doing a lot of the time is we taking it for granted. We saying, man, I'm gonna watch on YouTube. I'm not gonna go down to school. It's easy for me to watch on YouTube. Right? We say, hey, I don't got to get on that call or I don't got to go to that event because I have another time to do that. Nah, every time is your last time. Especially with what you see happening in Brooklyn and all these different blitzes. Each time something like that happens, it might be your last Sabbath. Who's to say what can happen from this point forward, right? And that's where your mind's got to be. Is the more work that IUIC is doing, the less time we have for things to be comfortable the way they are. Y'all get what I'm saying? All right, that's my PSA. Go ahead.
It's called the Detroit Declaration for a reason.
Yes, sir.
He's saying that we are announcing our move of war. We're announcing that we're making a move. We're making our strategy. We're making our play.
Even a blitz. What's a blitz? In football, let's use football. Okay, so you're trying to tackle the quarterback. You're attacking the quarterback, right? Okay, why would you do that? For a benefit, right? So you're basically declaring we're gonna hit this quarterback, right? We're gonna hurt this quarterback as an example, right? Or knock him over. So when you blitz something, why are you doing that? To win the war, right? That's what you have to understand. So we can't just keep saying, oh, you went to that blitz and that was a fun time. We got to wrap our head around what's happening. And every time y'all at wartime, y'all have to remember y'all are at war. You're fighting the greatest warfare possible. The greatest warfare is to fight a war and not pick up a weapon. That's the hardest war to fight.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the